Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of Right, Let's Continue. Last time we had the battle in the forest and we survived, apparently, somehow, after knocking down the keep, so I don't know why. The last episode is not up yet, so I don't know if there were any comments about this, but I will figure it out sooner or later, or you actually will comment on this and I will know. So yeah, anyway, let's just continue and let's see, because it seems like Sakura Kashima passed away, and we are preparing for the funeral, it seems. I had no role assigned to me during the preparations for the funeral wake. While I'm spending time in the club room to stay out of the way, Akana emerges from the secret passage with the dispirited expression. Yeah, also she was supposed to like take over, right? Sakura, so she's going to be even like busier than she used to. She's going to be the head of the organization now, I think. I thought it was supposed to be your study. Akana slumps in a chair. It seems like her mental state has hit rock bottom. Dejected emanates from her every move. I don't know what to say. Kashima Sakura is probably akin to a mother to her. It's not a mood that allows for my usual goofing around, and I don't know if superficial words of consolation feel right either. Yeah, all my pain and bruises were gone without a trace by morning. Even Takasago's bullet in my leg worked its way out on its own. Wow. Okay. It seems like my natural healing abilities have been enhanced tremendously. My metabolism accelerated so much that I keep getting spots. I'm almost showered constantly at this point. Showering constantly at this point. What promise? It's nothing. Okay. Oh, okay. True. Okay. Okay, I understand. The silence returns. You have my deepest of condolences. Akane gives me a bewildered look. Oh, it's still a shock. Do you know Ms. Kashima for long? Okay. That sounds long enough to me. Did you live together? Mm-hmm. You sure? I stand by her chair while I ask my question. There's no deeper meaning in it. I just want to be by her side. You have a tendency to hide your emotions, so I'm a bit worried. No, that's not what I meant. Everyone has a way to cope with their emotions, and I respect yours, I'm just trying to be polite, but I ended up completely losing track of what I wanted to say. Akane chuckles. Yeah, we know. That sounds like you. In that case, I guess I shouldn't pry too far. But as I'm about to step back, Akane claps my sleeve. Akane? My sleeve? Out of reflex, huh? Akane opens her fist, looking like a little girl for the moment. We return to our previous positions. Our eyes meet. Akane looks like she always does, but though well hidden, I can tell her inner balance is off, making her seem fragile. Ooh, opening up. She suddenly begins talking. Yeah. Yeah, basically, like, seems like most of like disciples and stuff like this, like they said, like Shimako and Akana as well, like they're like all like from orphanages and stuff, and they just basically brainwashed into being Gaia, full-fledged Gaia members. If you think about this, wow, just like a way to create like dedicated soldiers. Damn, they really are a cult.
そして私はすぐに鹿島を憎んだ。同時に好いてもいた。そうなることが分かっていたから、鹿島も私には優しくはしな。聖女とはそういうものだから。聖女の継承とは人間。誰しも自分のことを愛すると同時に忌々しく思う。自分の複製だなんてものを受け入れることはできない。
Their own copy, huh? Huh?
死んだって何よそれ。ふざけないでよ。ここまで人の人生をぐちゃぐちゃにしておいて、自分だけさっさと楽になって人に全てを押し付けて。
Yeah, that's a lot to take. I draw closer to her, this time embracing her shoulders. Akane instinctively clings to me. She buries her face in my stomach and wraps her arms around my hips. This is probably what she wanted from the very start.
好きだったわよ。憎み切ることなんてできなかった。うつろだった私に心を与えてくれて、闇から救い上げてくれて、
Yeah.
そのことを感謝もしている。
Like I said before, like, it doesn't like change the fact that basically disciples are created to be obedient to Gaia. But Akana also is right here. Like, there was nothing left for her, apparently, right? And seems like it was the same case for Shimako. And Sakura, by taking her in and gave her education and stuff, she gave her a reason to leave. Yeah.
だとしても忌々しいと思ってしまうのよ。
Isn't it enough? You admitted you loved her, and that's all that matters. Regardless of if she loved you back or not, no matter if she only used you or not, all that matters is that you still feel love towards her.
それが本当の愛じゃなくとも。
Yes,
何よそれ。そんなの意味ないわ。
we're making it needlessly complicated by looking for some kind of meaning. I think you should relax and try to think less sometimes. Yeah.
適当な聖女なんて誰も許さないわよ。
You want complicated talk about love and weird, like, relationships and everything? Play White Album 2. Jesus, this thing is complicated. Why humans are complicated? What the fuck? I don't think people would appreciate an empty holy one. Okay. Had it. In that case, why don't you quit? We can establish our own church. You can be the prophet and I will handle the paperwork. Wow. Just became a branch of Gaia, huh? This is something unheard of, to be honest, probably. I don't think they will just... I mean, Suzuki probably is going to just be happy if she just resigns. He's going to be so happy.
こんな時なのに笑わせないでちょうだい。
I kinda scolded me, but I can feel the tension evaporate from her shoulders. We could always run away, remember that. Akana stands up, her face draws close, and for just a short moment we came into contact. Aww. Then she sits down to my chest, puts her face there, and begins bawling like a child. So she did kiss him, like, very briefly. Okay, I see. Nice. She's finally showing a face I've never seen before. The thread holding her together has snapped. Akane clings to my chest with all her strength, I strongly embrace her in return. Oh, what the hell? I'm woken up by the blow to the head. The hell? It's mom.
つくのが来た。起きろ。
Okay. What the hell? Huh? What? I can keep up with the situation. Yeah, what's going on? But affected by Akane's frenzy, I too start panicking. Wait, did his clock moved? Wait a second. Let me save. I need to load. Wait. Actually, I don't have to load. 1 second. I will check on the video. Did his clock move? Wait. No, it was like that. Okay, never mind then. But affected by Akane's frenzy, I too start panicking. What should I do?
相引きと思われる。ロッカーとかに隠れなさい。
What is happening? Once again. Okay, sorry, had to cut. Not I'm back. And also, I used this opportunity to check the word because I didn't know what it means. She'll think we're having a tryst hide in the locker or something. Okay, the tryst basically means like agreement between lovers to meet at a certain time and place, something like that. Wow. Okay. Sure. Okay. I do as she says.
おはようございます。何？
Wow. Was Sukuna tilts her head, slightly confused.
極秘でお耳に入れたい件があります。
Oops, and we are in the locker.
極秘？重要？最重要です。今この件について知っているのは私の担当の者だけです。他に誰もいないようですので、ここでお話ししても構いませんね。
Yeah, about that. Akana begins sweating profusely.
ストップ。は？もういいわ。出てきてちょうだい。
Okay. I sheepishly clamber out of the locker. This is awkward. This is the first time I've seen Miss Sukuna completely dumbfounded.
これはつくの？言っておくけど、私たちには特に深い意味はないわよ。
Okay. That's a pretty comprehensive denial.
そういうことでしたか。これは申し訳ありません。とりあえず。
Wait, what? What do you mean? What the hell?
これは最重要機密よ。つくの。
Oh wow.
では、話は別室で。
Oh. Mr. Kono casts a furtive glance at me.
太郎なら構わないわ。聞かれてもいいわよ。
Okay.
では、さくら様のご遺体から超常性の毒物が。
Oh. She's been poisoned. Oh, so maybe the lack of electricity didn't like cut off her life support or anything. It just cut off like the alarm system. Oh. Wait, did they use Lucia? Like they cut off the electricity and send Lucia to deal with her? Oh, that's possible.
工作の痕跡もなく、ほぼ確実に他殺。そう。
But there will be some marks if that would be the case. So probably not. Probably someone from within the organization, probably then.
どうも内通と言いますか、組織内に利的行為があったようです。
Okay.
犯行時の状況をチェックしてみたところ、警備に意図的な穴が設けられていた節があります。
Okay, yeah, so this is... it's probably Suzuki or something. This is Kuno is indicating that we have a traitor within the organization.
それは須崎の指示だと思う。
Okay, Suzaki, not Suzuki.
警備部はシステムのログ紹介を拒みました。
Of course. Of course. How convenient. You mean he may have let guardians into the headquarters? As he's collaborating with the enemy?
通じていなくともその状況を作ることは可能ですから、
You could intentionally leak the information about the gap in security or allow the enemy's espionage agents to act unhindered. Would he go that far just to deliver a blow to the disciples' influence?
あれはマーテルを科学団体として運営したがっているから。
Oh. So, he wants to go back to what Gaia was, like, in the beginning, I guess. Like, not Gaia, like, actually just as the environmental group. To be just scientific organization, not like this cult obsessed with dying with the planet. I mean, for the planet, not with planet. Okay.
須崎は鍵が殺されたことを知っていると思う。
ガーディアン側の動きを分析し、その結論に至った可能性は。
Okay. Akane bites her nails in frustration.
もし鍵を確保できたとしても、須崎は鍵つけたでしょうね。鹿島は荒ごともうまかったけど、なかなかあのようにはできないものね。この件は葬儀が済むまで私が預かっておくから、ご苦労様、つくの。
Okay. Let's check on the bows deeply.
それと
Despite being told not to keep any secrets from me, Miss Chikono draws her lips to Akane's ear. Oh? Nothing shake her. What is it? I can see Akane's expression change in real time. She glances at me. Okay, something about Kotaro. That face that says bad news, if I've ever seen one. I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, like, Guardians know who we are. I wonder if, like, it got leaked to the guy as well. That we use powers. What happened?
小太郎はここにいて、私は一度本部に戻る。
Interesting. Okay, so I guess Suzaki is trying to get Kotaro in general, tell that he's a spy and Sakura died because of him and stuff. Because he's his newest member, and hey, how convenient, after like some time when you were in, suddenly Guardians are in. Something like that, you know? I can't leave this trouble, I should.
違うの。違う。
Okay.
大丈夫だから。
I kinda quickly leave the room, as though running away. Both of their attitudes were a bit disconcerting. I hear fireworks in the distance. Today is the last day of the Harvest Festival. Okay. Next day, 6 o'clock in the evening. That's when the funeral begins. The med floors ends up being converted into the announcement hall. It's carried out modestly, with only family members present. Yet, countless overseas guests from the Martel group still show up for the occasion. It stands in testimony to the Holy Woman's influence. After that, enters a discussion about where the organization should head from now on. Even though I'm her bodyguard, I'm made to wait in another room. Akane has been acting strange since early this morning. Or rather, all the color drained from her face the moment she heard of Kashima Sakura's death. It's as though she's witnessed the end of the world. Late at night, although everyone else longs to return to their rooms, Akane and Suzaki still haven't come out. I approach the conference room and carefully push the door slightly open. Okay.
森では派手に動いていたようだな。
Okay, discussing the forest.
とぼけるのはやめてくれ。調べはついているんでね。
I wonder.
そちらの被害は甚大だそうで。
君たちが余計な動きを見せなければこんなことにはならなかったはずだ。正式な聖女でもないうちから越権行為の数々にマスコミへの働きかけ。会の私物化もいいところだ。我々は本件をこのままにしておくつもりはない。徹底調査を行う。
好きになさい。
マーテルは今や宗教団体ではない。民衆ももはや聖女を求めてはいない。
To be honest, even though like I feel like Suzaki is like way too hostile and stuff. I agree more with Suzaki. I would like Gaia to actually stop being a cult. You know? Just go back to your roots. Just be the scientific organization about environment and stuff. Let's have just like normal lives.
救いは科学的なイノベーションによってもたらされる。
命をもてあそぶ術を科学と言い張るのね。
解明されていない物理現象は科学ではないとでも思うのか、我々は聖女にはもはや独自の権限は必要ないと考え、君が持ち場を離れたから鹿島さくらは命を落としたのではないのか。
Wow.
いや、もしかすると君が敵方を手引きしたのかもしれない。
That bastard. I can feel my emotions welling up like sipping magma. Akana speaks up before I do. The real essence of anger is deep, silent frost. And her tone is the epitome of that.
裏切りはどちらか。
Yeah.
何？
Like, you are probably the one who...
お前は二度裏切った。
Damn.
私が二度？どういうこと？
お前は鹿島さくらの守り人としての任務から逃げた。彼女に対する恐怖から。そして今またお前が何を画策し実行したのか。二度も裏切ったお前はもうとうに外野主義者などではない。
Wow.
なんというもの。聖女のしもべであっても今の暴言は見逃せんな。どうやら君には聖女を継承するに足る準備ができていないようだ。これでは人形に実験を預けることはできん。
Yeah. God damn it, Suzaki. Like... I like that he wants, like... this organization to go back to, like, normal, to be normal. But god damn it. He's, like, clearly antagonist. This is so weird. Is it weird that I agree with him, but I feel like I should not? Wow, I don't like him.
聖女会の活動を停止させてもらう。これは理事会からの正式な要請だ。
Okay.
無論拒否するわ。お前の政治ごっこに付き合う義理はないもの。
そのような態度は感心できんな。子供がわめいているようにいいか。組織の維持というものは。
Akana stands up, making Suzaki pause. Looking down on him, Akana makes a declaration.
お前が魔物を扱いのわけ、よくわかるわ。
Wow. So he cannot. Suzaki face freezes. On the opposite side, biting frost emanates from Akana's expression.
外野主義を体現できぬお前が我らの悲しみや苦しみをなぜ語れるというの。一度は鹿島さくらと通じておきながらその元を離れて組織を二分したお前が継承の準備ができていない。なぜそう思うの？聖女の継承とは何か
Yeah, you run away.
理解していないわけでもないでしょう。
She's not wrong. Suzaki inhales. Oh, this is such a good conversation. I like this. The moment she sees that, an enigmatic, unsettling smile splits Akana's lips.
継承とは単なる儀式とは異なる。それは不可視でありながら力を宿した絆のことを指すのよ。私と鹿島さくらの間に張り渡された契約は彼女の死とともに。なるほど。私が人形であると本当に皆もそう思ってくれるといいわね。
何をする気だ？
Suzaki backs down, overwhelmed.
鍵は失われたはずだ。もはや聖女会には切り札など何もない。私の人工来世だけがこれからのガイアには必要なはずだ。
あんな
Artificial life?
所詮は袋小路の希望でしかないじゃない。
Huh. So he's creating artificial life with science. Interesting. I mean, technically, familiars are artificial life, right? Okay, never mind. I guess that's normal for them, like just creating the familiars. Maybe he means something else, but who knows. I guess it's a blind hope that leads to the Deadlands. Okay.
新参者が
何をするつもりだ。
Akane doesn't answer. Yeah, just leave him like that. Damn. Yeah, she's good. Wow. Without saying another word, she leaves the room.
あら小太郎いたの
I got worried. I'm sorry for eavesdropping. But what was that all about? Akane stare and visage crumbles.
とっちめてやったわ
Yeah, he's scared of you now. That was cool. That was nice. Harvest Festival ends, and with that, peace returns to our town. It's the biggest event of the year. Yet it feels like I had nothing to do with it this time. I'm part of Gaia now. Akane attendant, her protector. However, even now, I'm still uncertain about myself. I feel like Akane began slowly opening up to me right after losing the key. But now, even since that day, she's begun working vigorously towards her goal, whatever that is. It's almost like she suddenly changed into someone else. We fly from one town to another, meeting countless people every day. Okay, we are time skipping here a lot. Associating with important people and making connections. She attends meetings at every location, giving speeches in most of them. Regarding of what Suzaki was planning, everyone has begun seeing her as the new leader of the organization. And it hasn't even taken a month for everyone to collectively start calling Akane the new holy woman. Meanwhile, the disciples of the board of the directors continue to drift further apart. It seems like Suzaki is trying to interfere with and put pressure on Akane plans, but most of the associates support her nonetheless. And the biggest reason for that is the miracles she performs. Okay? Akane uses as much time as she can afford to visit hospitals and clinics all around the world. There are people deemed beyond treatment in each one. Accompanying her, I'm exposed to more harsh reality than my heart can handle. Among them are people who have lost their minds, their ailments, with full-grown bodies but no rationality to drive them. There was no way they could lead normal lives even if they were cured of whatever plagued them. But Akane resurrects them. What? It's an astonishing
これ
miracle.
が聖女たらしめる力よ根っこは魔物使いのそれと同じなのだけれど
What? You can like heal terminal illness? Wait, what? Is it like again concept similar to like what Shizuru did? Like giving your own life, like life force to heal them? Is this something similar that you're using here? I've seen countless people that have been sleeping for years suddenly spring out of their beds. Mute children start speaking, elders with dementia regain their senses. Akane spreads her miracles around the country as much as the schedule allows. This is insane! Summoners can do this? What? And she demands no compensation. She distances herself from the press, refusing interviews, but word of mouth spread nevertheless. Wow, this is genius. My life has become quite hectic as her bodyguard. The number of staff surrounding her has increased. Our relationship was grown less and less personal as time passes. I do feel satisfaction in this line of work. It's the life I choose for myself, and I don't regret it. Many of the people Akane cured have joined the disciples, some as the Holy Woman's servants. Also, they are much more in public now, in general. And this is dangerous because Guardians know that Kotaro is with Gaia. And if he's bodyguarding someone, then probably that means that this person is with Gaia too. So they know that the new holy woman, the Akane, is like the head of Gaia basically. This is dangerous. But still, like, what a development. I did not expect it, like, this to go that way. Like, what? Just, like, this road just broke the formula of Rewrite. Like, every other road was, like, fairly similarly constructed. This is not the same. Like, Key died somewhere in the middle. Like, what? Like, they lost the war, basically. And now we're waiting for another key to emerge. Many of the people I kinda cured have joined the disciples, some as the Holy Woman's servants. This is the religious side of the martyr group that's been trying to conceal in recent years. Many modern people see us as the cult and despise us. There are some labeling us as dangerous fanatics, yeah. There are some calling Akane a fraud. And on rare occasions there are those that try to cause her physical harm. Oh, that's the cue for me to step in. We have Kotaro's pride, actually. Wait, isn't this the first time we have actually like Kotaro's pride? Like this? Filled with determination. Taking care of 10 or 20 violent men is nothing compared to fighting Guardians Hunters. And so, a couple of months passed in the blink of an eye. Okay. Then half a... And then a whole year. We have year time skip. What is happening in this road? What? Having received some time off for the first time in a long while, I stroll around the town with no destination in mind. I can't spend much time in Kazamatsuri these days. I've been changing my address every few weeks, flying all over Japan. Being a bodyguard is a lot more hectic than I expected. For example, let's say there's a hotel that Akane is supposed to stay at. About 10 staff have to visit and inspect it ahead of time. The operation starts at last a week before the stay. I have to inspect the location with my own eyes at least once too. The room neighboring the one Akane and I stay in turns into a base of operations. We fill it with the elite summoners and security personnel. Equipment provision, schedule management. Just communicating information between security and the disciples is enough to constitute a full-time job. And I have to follow Akane everywhere she goes, keeping vigilant of the surroundings. These days, she can't even buy a canned drink by herself. Akane complains about that from time to time. And on top of my busy schedule, preparations for the next thing always crop up before the current thing is over, doubling my load. I fight a constant losing battle against my schedule. They say that your way of life is eventually reflected on your face. I wonder what kind of face I'm making now. Probably tired. Is that a word out stressed-faced? Perhaps it's a grown cold compared to before. No one mistakes me for a high schooler anymore. And the comments I've been getting about looking young have almost ceased. Okay, I just thought about this. What if we're going to have in this road another key appearance? What if we are going to have another key after the year? I just thought about this. I wonder. It's like I've aged a decade in a single year. It feels like they wouldn't even ask for my ID if I bought booze or cigarettes at the convenience store. Walking with no clear destination in mind, I eventually find myself at a nostalgic place. Okay. A place that has nothing to do with me anymore. My old classmates should be 30 years by now. I'm probably struggling with preparations for the final exams right about now. I watch the kids in familiar uniforms ascend the slope. They look so childish. I never thought that when I actually attended the school. I'm the one who's changed. Oh, hi Yoshino. How's your school? Yeah. Anyone came back home? I mean, came back to school when I was away? I don't think so, but... Ah, yeah. There were all sorts of things going on between us. And they all ended without amounting to anything. We never grew close enough to call each other rivals. Yeah, he and I failed. unable to become either friends or enemies. We just failed. That's all there is to it. There's nothing I have to say to him, and the reverse is just as true. I turn my back to him. Oh? It seems like my counterpart isn't as even-minded as myself.
神戸がいなくなってんだぞ。おい、待てよてめえ。
Okay, so she's still away. Why would Kotori leave though? I mean, she failed to protect the key, yeah, true. But she could come back. Like, no one knows her identity. Hmm.
待てよ。
I know that. Kotori hasn't been seen since that night. And not only her, Shizuru and Lucia disappeared without trace as well. I had a kind of look into it, and I conducted a few searches myself. The detective agency reported ended with the simple truth. Any further investigations beyond the scope of this agency. Yeah. The result was actually relief. I was afraid I'd learn things I would be better off not knowing, so you don't want to hear that they're dead or they're with Guardian, I guess. I didn't want to know who belongs to what organization and what they did. Suddenly I feel someone's presence right behind my back. An intimidating someone, to say the least. But that's all, intimidating, but I can probably handle them in fight. Is there something you need of me?
私のこと
Oh.
覚えてる？天の
Hi. Yeah. Let's see how this will go with the teacher. Because she 100% know that we are with Gaia. Because Imamiya escaped and he fought with us, so yeah. That voice. I spin around in a surprise. Miss Nishikuju? My old teacher regards me with sorrowful eyes.
先生か。久しぶりね、天王寺くん。1年ぶり？
Uh-huh. Yes, it certainly has been a long time. I ended up quitting school, but thanks for looking after me when I was there. I'm doing pretty well right now, despite everything.
人間は害毒でしかない。
God damn it. Huh?
人の活動は環境を汚染するものだから。
What are you talking about? Ignoring my question, Miss Nishikuji continues. There's a significant distance between us. About 10 meters. Why isn't she coming any closer? Yeah, because she knows that we are on the enemy faction. It's as though...
人間は傲慢で独善的で残酷。
Are we going to be attacked? I don't think so,
罪よね。
but...
でも天の士くん、それでも人は生きるべきなの。どんなに罪深くとも他を犠牲にしようとも意地汚く生きるべきなの。
Yeah. Could you say the same if you knew that the world wouldn't last for another 30 years, if things continued like that?
変わらないわ。それでも人は生きるべきよ。最後まで。人が人を
I like
犠牲
Guardians.
にすることは許されないわ。
Are you Team Guardian or Team Gaia? You can let me know in the comments. I'm 100% Team Guardian. That doesn't make sense. Last time I checked, people were fighting each other all the time.
今すぐみんなが幸せになれないのは認めます。だとしても私たちは進んでいかなければならない。無実の人々の暮らしまで滅ぼし去る権利は誰にもないはずよ。
Well, the planet that we live on tries to do that. So yeah. That's the thing. Literally the planet that you live on is trying to get rid of you. And that's the mindset of Gaia. There's someone, this planet itself. Yep, like I just said.
それは
The Earth had a mind. If her Earth had a mind, I'm sure it would have long told humans to pack their bags.
だけど 私たちには星を救うための努力だってできるはずだ。
That's not realistic. They're just empty ideals that are incompatible with the nature of our species.
今は望み薄だとしても、最後まで諦めないでいれば、いつか必ず達成できる。
No, that's impossible. You may have all the time in the world, and you will still never get there.
できるわ。それこそが人の強さなのだから。教師としての私は、それをみんなに教えてあげたいと思った人の美しさ、生きる意志の素晴らしさを、あなたにもね、天王寺くん。
Humans ain't beautiful, Teach. We eat as much as we can, destroy everything we touch, and start discriminating the moment we are given the means. Not giving up until the end, or achieving our goals as long as you work hard. It's just embellishment, befuddlement arguments to be of the strong, regardless of how sinful humans are. You want me to believe in their nice and fluffy possibilities? Then you shed a tear or two and wail about how we have to overcome this tragedy with the power of friendship or some crap. I thought you were smarter than that, Teach. That's called delusion. You should get to look at. Wow. Yeah, Kotaro is like fully locked on Gaia thoughts. Yo, yeah, he's like full Gaia member at this point. Yeah, there's no discussion between them anymore. Innocent? Bullshit, all humans are guilty the moment they are born. Yeah, that's Gaia thought. Yep. All that have tasted the fruits of civilization are sinners beyond redemption. If you want to prolong the life of the planet, we should all throw our conveniences away right this very moment. You say humans may be foolish, but you still believe in the goddess of their hearts. But as you speak, poison pouring forth from your mouth. Is that how you think over there? You actually believe the wonders of mankind will somehow change the fact that we've already headed over the edge of the cliff? Mr. Shikuju lowers her eyes.
そう。天王寺くんの決断。
Pretty much.
それなの。
We are opposing factions indeed. We cannot be convinced now anymore. When she raises her face, there's no longer a hint of sadness in her expression. Like, this is the only road where Kotaro is so convinced about the faction he's in. Wow. And no other road he's been so sure of how right his side is. This is the first time he's so sure of himself and of the side that he chose. Just sharp, strong will.
君の言うことにも一理ある。人は美しくない。多分。でも生きなければならない。自殺は人の取るべき選択じゃない。
Yeah.
もっと許せないのは、その自殺に人を巻き込むこと。それは生きる権利の侵害だ。
So you want to talk about rights? You idiots are just obsessed with the easy profit right in front of your eyes. You're not thinking about the future one bit.
私たちがまず今を生きるものだから。
I like Guardians. Damn. Let me tell you one thing then. It's already too late. All we've got left to do is decide on how to use up the meager time remaining to us.
そんなことはまだわからない。可能性はいくらだってあるはず。
You are too confident in yourself. If blind optimism could save the world, we wouldn't be in the situation to begin with.
君は昔から悲観論者だ。
Our conversation begins devolving into name calling. Mr. Shikuju didn't even sound like her usual self anymore. It's a high possibility that frustration is getting to her head. I don't think we should speak anymore. I could tell from the start. Mr. Shikuju is most
最
likely.
後に一つだけ教えさせて。
Yeah, she's from Guardian.
私はもう風祭りを離れるつもりだから。これ
Okay.
は最後の授業ね。
What is it?
彼女ね。 世界を滅ぼすわよ。
You mean Akane or Ki? Because both are true, probably. A gust of wind blows across the street. Nishikuchu grasps a fistful of dust and throws it at my face. I don't know how it worked, but all the grains of sand flew straight to my eyes. Almost like tiny homing missiles. Yeah, her ability. There was a hint of superpower in it. The moment I lose my sight, I leap backwards to make some distance between myself and the threat. But no follow-up attack comes. By the time I get the sand out of my eyes, Nishikuchu is gone without trace. Destroy the ward. Yep. Hey, listen to the singing. Oh? Oh, we know the key is singing. It seems like we have someone else singing. Very interesting conversation. Like, I liked this conversation a lot. You can see how convinced Kotaro is of his rights right now. This is just insane how this road goes. I listened to the singing, because Matsure's cultural hall was originally designed with music performances in mind. Recently, we started using the main hall for singing lessons of a few chosen disciples. And despite her extremely busy schedule, Akane goes out of her way to personally attend those lessons. Right now, she's sitting in the last row, watching the performance with her arms and legs slowly crossed. That's an odd chorus. It's unusually monotonous song. I'm not sure if I can call it singing, as it feels like they're stretching one's syllables as long as they can.
古代のモノフォニーを元にした歌なの。
Wait, is she trying to... Oh my god. Did she figure it out, like, what kind of song is Ki singing? And she's trying to create, like, artificial Ki? Like, she's going to try, like, you know, get, like, as many people as possible that will sing the Song of Destruction in a perfect tone, just like Ki. And use their life basically to destroy everything. Is that even possible? I mean, in a sense, Ki is the familiar, and they are summoners. Maybe they can do... I mean, it's possible to do this on the lower scale than the Ki herself. We learned that in Chihaya Road, when they took Sakuya as the vessel and created this monster that was like trying to take out the life basically out of everything. So it is possible to create something like this. Huh, where this is going? They're not even using any instruments. Is this like capella or something?
アカペラは無伴奏の声楽とは限らないわよ。
I don't know that.
これは単にモノフォニーと理解しておけばいい。
Monophony, huh?
単旋律の音楽ね。そうね。グレゴリオ聖歌というのは知っていて？
Maybe? I'm not very well versed in classical music.
これと似た単旋律で伴奏のない宗教音楽よ。
Okay. Is this religious music too?
それは宗教の定義にもよるわね。聞いて何か感じることはある？
It's relaxing compared to modern music. There's no instruments, and this melody is simple. Even classical music continues changing and jumping around these days, but this one just keeps stretching the same sound and refuses to move anywhere beyond it. In short, it's boring. Not to mention that everyone here is singing that boring song in the exact same way. It feels solemn, but that's about it.
どんな情景が浮かぶ？
Huh. Well, it's solemn, so... like, wind growling or something? Seemingly satisfied by my answer, Akane smiles.
結構。それはとても外野的な感じ方ね。
Okay. I guess it does, in a sense that it doesn't sound like it's people singing.
そうなの。人の歌じゃないのよ。
Uh-huh. Who is it then?
星の歌。
Yeah, okay, yeah, she is trying to create the artificial key. Holy shit.
吹きすさぶ風やきしむ大地、森が焼けて大気の響く様。
I think she's trying to create again like the same like big monster that was like in Sakuya Road, Chihaya Road.
そうした天変地異の予兆となるかすかな異変を表現しているのね。
Yep. I guess this isn't as peaceful as I thought.
でしょうね。
When is it from?
そうね。ざっと6億年
Damn.
ってところ。
Come again? I kinda chuckles. Oh, you are kidding. Your gags are a bit hard to keep up with, for the younger generation.
あながち冗談とも言い難いのだけれど、まあ笑い話にはでもネアンデルタール人だって歌っていたという説も。だとすれば、まあ数万年前には普通に音楽の概念は生まれていたということにはなるでしょうね。ちなみに最古の笛とされるものは3万5000年前。より単純な打楽器や骨笛は当然もっと以前からあったはずよ。
So you're saying that this is how ancient music would sound?
センシティブな魔物使いが古い地層との対話から拾ってきた旋律よ。
Okay.
中世以降の音楽理論からは逸脱していて、しかも断片的なものばかりだから、その歌は自然の脅威を再現したものと分析されている。
Research into materials related to Gaia Fury is also part of disciple duties. It's quite incredible. It might be a bit difficult for it to land on the top of the charts.
出だしだから荒涼としているのよ。この曲は進行に伴ってよりポリフォニックに変化していくの。
So it's still going to turn more fancy? But I'm not saying any instruments prepared.
いらないのよ。共和する他のパートは人間には再現不可能。
Humans cannot replicate it. I don't quite understand. Shimako is among the women in the chorus. She can sing, but she still stands with them, trying her best to squeeze sound out of her throat.
今のところ
Oh no!
乱れたわね。気をつけなさい。
Is like Hane going to try use Shimako as the core for the key? Like she's been like basically a key vessel, kinda. Power went through her in the Chihaya Road. She's going to channel the power through Shimako because she's so she has such a high aptitude for summoning. And then accompanying with the song, they can like actually bring the destruction. Yo, okay.
相互の同調を手放さないで。慣れないでしょうけど、絶対に必要なことよ。
I kinda begins talking to the performance, ending our conversation.
天王寺さん、来週の警備プランについて確認したいことがあるそうです。
Alright. I have Coco sit in for me. I still glance at Akane as I leave.
今のところをもう一度繰り返してみて。あまり技巧的な追求は意識しないでいいから、それより心の状態を一定させて。
Okay. I get him an exchange of farewell. This is how it's been lately. It's not like we are on different pages, but she feels like she's drifting somewhere farther away every day. Yeah, you were much closer a year ago. That magazine was once hit by the recession, closing it for a time. Okay, what magazine? This was a minor picture publication. Few people paid attention to it when it suddenly resurfaced from its hiatus. And so, a few of its editions, with sincerity as our number one priority as our motto, spread around, barely noticed. But while the text might be sincere, the contents were hardly interesting. Most of the parties concerned were confused by the sudden reappearance of such unprofitable business model. But apparently the magazine operated on special provisions with a goal other than profit in mind. Okay? Despite having no name, it appeared in all local bookstores. The establishment that sold it received special treatment from the particular organization. Okay, we have now propaganda from Gaia. Okay, in bookstores and like in magazine, basically. Or at least those were the rumors. And finally, in its 8th issue, magazine published a large special article on Martel Group as the occult organization. Okay, we're back to the ORS. Yeah, that's our new ORS. The article was nothing like the rest of the sincere and objective content of the publication. It was full of the prejudice and steeped in sentimental arguments. It published the entire history and background of the Martel Group. Its investigation penetrated quite deep in the organization with countless interviews from the former members for everyone to read. At first glance, it looked like accurate, factually corrected article. Faculty. However, as you read further into the various subtle phrasings, you could notice obvious intent to guide the readers to a particular conclusion. Opaque economics, forced transformation of the religious into environment organization. Even the treatment of the disease has been connected to the attempt to gain favor. In fact, the miracles of Holy Woman, the symbol of organization, had been given special attention. There were public pictures of Akane. I had no recollection of letting anyone take. Her name was mentioned, and there was a bar on her eyes, but it was definitely her. It was from the time she resurrected the person who had suffered brain death. Like, I still can't believe it, like, she can do this. Like, what? According to the article, it was just an elaborate show put on by the organization and so-called victim. The Martel group falsified the records of the perfectly healthy person and then cured them from the invented ailment. Such miracles capture the hearts of people, attracting more members as a result. Okay, so maybe actually this is not the magazine is not actually the propaganda from the Gaia. Okay, never mind. And from then on, text turned into complete slander. They began listing proof that couldn't possibly exist. Documents asking for a false diagnosis and records of money flowing to doctors. There was even the interview from the person that allegedly cooperated in the conspiracy. Okay, so this magazine is probably basically belonging to Guardians, I think, then. Because Gaia is gaining way too much power. That without doubt was manufactured. But who would do such a thing? And for what end? The issue of the magazine flew off the shelves, making a TV, newspaper, and even the other magazines. Disciples appeared at the center of the unwanted attention. There was a video of Akane rushing into the car as they protected her from the crowd on the TV news. Akane is still underage. They can't publicly announce her name.
千里茜さん、奇跡は嘘だったって認めてください。
But the voices of the crowd pursuing her were broadcast without censorship. It didn't feel like a simple mistake on the station end. They made Akane name public on purpose. The situation got more and more heated. Reporters were following us everywhere we went. And as a result, Akane was forced to limit her movements. I ended up getting more free time, but it didn't matter much when I couldn't go outside. The internet was even worse. I expected us to get some flack, but it seems like people there didn't even care about anything resembling substance, as long as they had something to attack. Yeah, pretty much. They were religious nuts all along, go to hell. It doesn't feel nice to read countless comments like that. There were a lot of other threats, found by the flames on purpose. Yep. Okay, you've made some crazy passionate fans, Akane.
いらないわよ、そんなファン。
There was some pressure against the Holy Woman in the past as well, but now we can't even leave our room. As one might expect it from our main base of operations, Kazumatsuri. The local citizens remain supportive and haven't surrounded our temple, chanting for us to leave, for now at least. However, it sounds like our parent science organization has been having trouble overseas. It's been 2 weeks since we paused our activities. At this point, the inside staff have started growing used to it. They pass through the countless reporters outside, deal with the prank calls and complaints, relay information between groups. No matter what the trouble is, when it continues long enough and become a part of ordinary life, nobody's anywhere near as on the edge as I thought they would be.
私たちは迫害慣れしているのよ。古代の原始宗教だった時代からね。
Okay. Akana doesn't seem that pressured either. The amount of time we spend together has increased. That makes me happy. It's just time that I've been having a lot of trouble securing lately. As people started to grow bored of condemning the Martel group for the same thing over and over again, they began looking into Akana and her personal acquaintances. I finally made my idol debut in this week's issue of the magazine. A secret lover, illicit sexual life of the cult leader. I knew this would come sooner or later. Media seems to have taken lots of pictures when I wasn't looking to. Well, can't blame for doing their job. That said, I didn't expect for the articles to go that far into obscene territory. It's turned into the erotic novel at this point. I decided to keep those articles to myself. Or that was my intention, until Shimako found them in my room. Okay. And brought them to Akana. Good job. Wow. Akana made just one dry comment while reading them.
へえ、それなりに当たっている。
Wow. Talk about thick skins. I managed to avoid my name going public at least. They called me a young male secretary and didn't go beyond that. Though that it kinda sounds like they wanted to attract attention for the mysterious, potentially obscene sound of that description.
どうやって調べたのかしらね。
I'm sure they just made it up. We can't even open our curtains because of those bastards. We can assume that pretty much all of our windows are under observation by telescopic lenses. In fact, we've already been photographed by some of those already. I don't want them to get a picture of me and Akane relaxing in the room together, which is why our curtains have stayed closed for the entire day. Guardian went completely silent after this blew up. They probably don't want to steer the hornet nest and receive the burnt of the media attention themselves. Not a single article mentioned familiars though.
それは簡単には調べられないわよ。
I'm not sure. They found out a lot of stuff that was supposed to be just a secret already. That feels unnatural. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those former members' testimonies were genuine. Are there any summoners that quit?
一応いないということになっているわ。でも
Okay.
たまに組織を抜ける人は出てしまうけれどね。
Just what kind of life can you lead after something like that? If they grown delusioned enough to quit the organization, they might well be willing to come out in the open with that information too. Though the same applies to Guardian as well. How exactly do they suppress their secrets so well? They have money. The door opens. Shimako has come to visit. Her face is becoming more and more expressive compared to before. Nice. It means her mind has been growing up. Now, from time to time, you can witness a hint of average girl peeking through her manor. What is it, Shimako? Did you come to play cards again? Oh! Her voice is a little bit stronger than usual. That was barely hearable last time. That's nice. She gives me a thumbs up. You really don't get tired of it, do you? We've spent at least a few hours a day playing, ever since we were forced to go into hiding. Shimaka pulls Akane's arm.
はいはい。やればいいのね。
The three of us surround the table. So, what are we gonna play? It would get boring really quick. We will play the same thing all the time. So we've been trying all sorts of new games. Old Maids, Sevens, Doubt, Memory, Blackjack, Page 1, Poker, Skirt, Free Cell. It's just a bunch of cards, but you can find a plethora of ways to enjoy them. Incidentally, Shimako's excitingly good at memory-related games. She can memorize almost anything she sees in a single glance. In other words, it's almost guaranteed she'd win any game of concentration. However, the girls have no chance of keeping up with me when it comes to games that require quick reflexes. Their hands move in slow motion, as far as I'm concerned. Well, it's cheating on my part though. It's my fault that we had to ban Kurata, which we tried temporarily for some variety. Akane is bad at all of these games. He severely lacks a gaming sense in general. Shimaka wants to play Bluff today. Okay, we're gonna get stuck on endless calls out again. It's a hard game to finish with a small number of players. Bluff. Bluff sign. Akane adds one card after another to her ever-growing hand. But after collecting half of the cards, even she gradually became able to predict our bluffs. The game continues in silence. Oh?
ああ、もうそんな時間ね。
Other meeting?
ええ、ごめんなさい、島子。小太郎と遊んでいて。
Oh wait, I need to guard you.
ただの会議だし、いいわよ。
Yeah, famous last words. What's the topic of this meeting? I kind of miss to kinda exchange glances. If Suzaki is going to be present,
違いますよ。聖女会の身内の会議です。
okay. But it's still my job to make sure Akane is safe.
清掃業者との契約を破棄したから、当番で女子トイレ掃除することになったの。何か力になってくれて。
I don't think so. I feel like we are never in the same place lately. Yeah, a lot of change in the year. She's like very focused on creating a new key, I assume. Well, that's it for this episode. Very interesting road so far. We really abruptly ended with the key, and then now we're trying to create the song that she sang before, basically, and we just had a year time skip. This road just broke kinda the formula for rewrite, I think. This is great. This is great road. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. So yeah, click the like button if you liked the episode, subscribe for more, check me Discord, and become a member if you'd like to support me and see episodes earlier. Thank you once again, and for Pocket Watch, it's going out.